I'm so excited to be able to, just kind of introduce what I'm doing. And, it's going to be a little bit off the cuff today. But just one of those things I just had to just get started. Right. And so I will be talking a little bit about that and then sharing some thoughts on getting started and on just doing things as well, because sometimes it's really important for us to just make it happen. Right. Let's just go, let's do things. And so anyways, I'm excited to talk to you about that. And so really welcome to my new show called Faith to Impact and Income. And so this is something that I've been thinking about for a long time and working on, and really like figuring out when is the best time to start it. Had a lot of things going on. You can see, if you're watching via Facebook or YouTube or whatever, in the background, Build Your Event Live. So I just finished that up. And so my first ever live event. And so anyways, had all these things going on. But it's been just so much fun and just feel so grateful, and really grateful for the direction of this show as well. And just wanted to first of all talk about why it's called, Faith to Impact and Income, and talk about, why I'm doing it and everything like that. And so just to kick things off, why am I starting this show, Faith to Impact and Income? Why am I rebranding my podcast? It used to be, the Go Big and Go Home show. Why is it going down this route? And so just wanted to talk a little bit about the origin of all of this. And so, what happened is I was on Clubhouse, which is a new audio only app. I'll actually be, recording there, or I guess like going live there when I'm doing this show as well. And so I'd been on the app for a little bit, and there's a lot of entrepreneurs on there saying, "Oh man, it's so good. Like, and there's so much like opportunity here, and you got to check it out and stuff." And so I'd spent about a week just being on there and kind of learning things, getting on some stages there, and being able to share some thoughts, and just thought it was a really cool platform because you could really like interact with people and truly see like the real side of people. Because sometimes on social media we see just like kind of the fake side. It's like, oh, you see a cool picture or an awesome video, but like you never really get to hear directly from them and hear what they're really thinking about it. And so I was on the app, and just as I was on there, I'm a believer, I believe in God, and I just had this feeling that I need to start a room in there and talk about faith and business, and kind of going through that. And it was something that I was like, okay, like I wrote that down. I was like, okay, I'm going to do it. And so, the next day I woke up early, as I usually do. And then I wrote it all down, and like, I basically just started this, conversation. But guess what happened? No one showed up, right? Like no one was there. And so I just kind of shared the thought that I'd prepared, about a scripture, and then I just went from there. And it was one of those things that I just kind of felt like, did I do something wrong? Or maybe like I didn't quite understand, what God wanted me to do here. And so just thinking through, I was like, oh, I don't know, maybe I just didn't really get it. So I kind of put it off for a couple of days. I was like, well, I guess I'll just like revisit that. But then I just had this feeling inside that, God wanted me to do this, that he wanted me to start doing that. And so the next week I, finally started doing it. And then I had, several conversations that week where it was just apparent that a lot of people wanted to be able to talk about their faith and about business, and so it started, to bring up this idea of maybe I should do this as like my podcast. And so that's what I really felt led to do. And so that's why I'm going to be doing this, and to, really just talk about how does faith relate to, impact and income? How does it relate to your business, and how can it really help you in your business as well? Because I think there's a lot of us that are believers. We want to share our faith. We want to be able to, produce content. We want to be able to be open about, what we believe. But sometimes it's a little bit hard. And sometimes we feel like, well, maybe that's like, it's not going to work if we do that. And so anyways, I'm just really excited to be able to share some concepts each and every day about the, how does faith relate to our business and things like that. And so that's what the show will be geared around, is, using the scriptures and using, spiritual ideas and things like that to then help us in business, so that we can make a greater impact in income. And so there's really obviously three key pieces to this show. And so it's, number one is faith, right? So how does our faith relate to the rest of our lives and to our business? Number two is impact. I believe that impact is super important, and I've met a lot of people that they care about income, and that's important to them, but It's really more about the impact. And I truly believe if you do things right, if you have the right system set up, in your business, and you're just focused on impact and impact as many lives as you can, then the income is going to work out. But also income is a piece of this, show, and, that can relate to business or anything like that. But it is important, especially for, heart-driven entrepreneurs, to understand, well, how do we get the income that we need so that we can continue to make a difference? Because sometimes when you have this big passion in your heart and there's something that you really want to do, you kind of forget about the money. You're like, oh, but like, it's great if I can serve and I can help, but it's still really important for us to be able to have the income so that we can focus more on that thing. Because if you think about it, if you never get paid for what you're doing, then obviously it's probably not really a business, but also it's not something that you'll be able to truly impact even more lives, right? Like, you have to have that as well. And so we'll be talking all about that as well. And so I'm super excited for this. And as far as kind of the format goes, the plan for right now is to do, a daily show, to do like, 5 to 15 minutes each and every day. I guess weekdays. So Monday through Wednesday, or Monday through Friday. let's remember, how many days are in the week. But that's the plan, is to do that. And so you'll be able to catch this in multiple places. And so really, I'm going to be streaming everywhere, streaming on Clubhouse, streaming on Facebook, YouTube, Instagram. Hopefully it's a little bit harder to do that through like a computer, but I'm thinking we should be able to do that as well. And then also be on a podcast. And so you can check out the podcast and just subscribe there. If that's the easiest way for you, is just, the video or the, audio will be updated there so that you can download that and listen to that whenever you want. Or if you miss it, then you can just have them all right there. So really that's kind of the format and how it's going to work. But I'm just really excited to be able to provide a lot of value to you. That, if there's something that you want to learn, you want to hear about, then just let me know. I'd love to be able to hear that. And I'm really excited to be able to just make an impact through this. And, I know that, for me, I've always wanted to be able to share my faith more. And I want to be able to, talk through some of those concepts and talk about how really our faith can drive helping us with impact and income as well. So it's going to be a ton of fun. Just wanted to, introduce what's going on here, and then be able to continue to produce content so that you know kind of what's going on. And so I really look forward to being able to, provide that value for you and to be able to really help you in your life. And I truly hope that I'll be a blessing to you. So thanks so much. If you have any questions, just let me know. And I'm super excited to be able to help you out here. So until next time, we'll see you later.